Welcome, brothers and sisters, and today we're going to be talking about resistant bands. Now, resistant bands are a complete different type of load when it comes to training. Normally with a dumbbell, we're using gravity, or with a machine such as a cable, we're pointing from a certain direction using pulleys. Resistant bands are a little bit different. The less tension we make, the less resistance. The more tension we make, the more resistance. For example, if I had my feet here, close together, and performing a bicep curl, we're going to have lower resistance, as if I was to put my feet more width to the sides, taking up more of the slack, and bringing them up. Now, of course, you're not going to be having much as resistance as you would with dumbbells and a weight going heavy, but you can actually build up resistance to the point that when you get to the point B position at the top and you have enough of a resistance, there's actually chances that sometimes you can't even reach that point B position. So, let's go through some exercises we can perform with resistant bands. Now, of course, I'm using a tube resistant band. They're much more easy to use when it comes to performing these exercises. And I would recommend always getting one for your arsenal just to help out with your training. Now, we're going to train a little bit different. So we're going to work time over tension with the tempo. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, repeating after me, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're keeping that resistance and that tension on the bicep. This will also help with tendon training as well. Another variation of exercise we can do is, we can always do lateral raises. And for this one, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, of course, you can change up the tempo. I'm just using this tempo as a bit of an example when training, as I feel like this will get you the most if you're doing such as 16 repetitions. Okay, so we'll have a bit more tension by taking a lot more of the slack by moving our feet to the side, shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've just performed the lateral raise. So with biceps, we can go in this direction for an open hand curl. Keeping those elbows tucked in at the sides and always focusing on that squeeze at the top. With the lateral raises, we're focusing on holding that static position at the top, putting all that resistance into the mid-deltoid. Another exercise we can do is if we move this a little bit to the side, and with one hand, now give yourself a bit of slack of course with this, we can do one arm triceps. So, just as you would with a dumbbell, one arm tricep extensions, focusing on that squeeze at the top and working on the downwards range at a slower tempo. Another exercise we can do is, of course, shoulder press. Now, you can have them, if you're finding that this is going over the back of your biceps too much and it's starting to get annoying, then you can go to a frontal position. But for this sake, I will teach you. So, back here, 1, working on that slow range down to the shoulders, 2, and we're working on that slow tempo. We can also do the 3, 3, 4 tempo. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another exercise we can do is upright row, bringing them up. So this is really good for the traps. Building up that trap strength. Bigger traps means you protect the neck. I have a very long neck, so I need bigger traps to protect my neck from injury. So bringing it up, and then bringing it back down. bring it back up, and bring it back down. Now, of course, there's going to be many other exercises we can do, but we could actually do a bit of a workout with just these ones mainly, with the biceps, the lateral raises, the military press, and the upright row, as well with tricep extensions as well. Okay, so you could actually do a bit of a circuit training, doing each one of these exercises for 16 repetitions, have about 30 seconds or a minute to the rest, and then we'll do it again. So, join me as we will do a 16 repetition circuit of this. Okay, so starting off with the biceps. 1. And we're working on that tension, so we can add a little bit of tension. 2. I'm going to be upping the tempo a bit quicker with this, so I can show you how the circuit would be done. And how, of course, you would go at a slower tempo if you want to add much more of a challenge and also take up more of the slack. So we're going to get more slack at the bottom there, more tension at the bottom. Straight afterwards we go into lateral raises. If we want to have more tension at the bottom, we just put our feet further apart. Take note that it will add more tension to the top. Okay, next one we will do is, of course, shoulder press. So, bring them behind. If you do find it stretching too much on the back of your biceps, you can do a frontal position. It will be a little bit harder. I do prefer it behind, and sometimes just shrugging off the bit of itchiness it does cause. So, 1. Next, we're going to do the upright row. A bit more resistance. Now, this is where we'll do the one arm triceps. So you'll be changing a grip. You'll probably be gripping here instead of gripping at the open. Okay, giving yourself a bit enough resistance to bring it up. And we go 1, 3, changing it up, moving to the other side, let that go through, and then And there you go. That is one complete circuit, 16 reps of each exercise. Of course, with the triceps, we had to do 16 reps each arm. And then we can have a 30 seconds or a minute rest and then do this 2 more times. It's a nice little workout, and if you want to make it harder on yourself at a slower tempo, if you want to make it harder in more of a cardiovascularity point of view, shorten the rest. I hope this helps you when it comes to training against the arch enemies of the Emperor, and as always, the Emperor protects. You have a good one, and I hope to see you out there training. Until next time, keep on training.